1. The Hawk. Your first job is simple. They give you a burner phone and 500 pesos a week. You stand on the corner of your neighborhood and watch. Military, police, state troopers, Marines, suspicious trucks, people taking photos. You see something weird, you send a message. Hawk reports, 3 patrol cars heading north on Lopez Mateos. That's it. 8 hours standing there, sending reports that maybe save lives, or maybe just protect a shipment of crystal. You don't ask. You learn the language. The greens are military. The blues are state police. La Marina are the Marines, obviously, but those are the most dangerous. When you see Marines, the message goes in all caps with 3 exclamation marks. Marines don't negotiate. Marines don't accept bribes. Marines come in shooting. There are 40 Hawks in your zone. Most are like you. Kids who need money. Some are taxi drivers who report while they work. Others are ladies who sweep the sidewalk but are really watching. The system is brilliant in its simplicity. A network of eyes covering the entire city for less than what a sicario costs. One day, you see something you shouldn't have seen. A truck stops in front of you. They pull out 2 hooded, beaten men. They take them into an abandoned house. 2 hours later, they come out with black trash bags that are dripping. You didn't see anything. You're here to watch authorities, not internal operations. You learn to develop selective blindness. It's your first survival lesson. After 6 months, they promote you. You're no longer just a Hawk. Now, you coordinate 5 other Hawks. They give you 2,000 pesos a week. Your mom asks where the money comes from. I work at a taco stand, you tell her. She wants to believe. She needs to believe. So she does. 2. The Packager. They take you in a truck with tinted windows to a safe house. It's not what you imagined at all. You expected a dirty warehouse or an abandoned place. Instead, it's a completely normal house in a lower middle-class neighborhood. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, garage for 2 cars. It even has plants in the yard. From the outside, it looks like a normal working family lives there. Inside, on the dining room table where the plates should be, there are 50 kilos of methamphetamine in clear plastic bags. The street value is probably 5 million pesos. You're inches away from more money than you'll see in your lifetime. Your job is mechanical and repetitive. They give you small clear plastic bags, a digital scale accurate to the milligram, and blue latex gloves like a doctor's. Exactly 1 gram in each bag, not 0.9, not 1.1, exactly 1 gram. The instruction is clear. There are 3 other people doing exactly the same thing in sepulchral silence. Nobody talks, nobody jokes, nobody knows each other by real names. Just the constant sound of plastic being sealed and the hypnotic hum of the ceiling fan that spins endlessly but can't get rid of the penetrating chemical smell that burns your nose and makes your eyes water. You pack 500 little bags a day during your 10-hour shift. Each one is worth 100 pesos on the streets of Guadalajara. You do the math mentally because there's nothing else to do. You're handling 50,000 pesos daily with your trembling hands. They pay you 4,000 pesos a week. The irony is so grotesque it almost makes you laugh, but nobody laughs here. Ever. An armed guard with a short-barrel AR-15 sits on the living room couch watching TV all day. Narcos, ironically. He's your direct supervisor and your constant threat. If you try to steal even one little bag, if you pack wrong and lose product, if you talk too much with someone outside, that same guard will personally put you in one of those black bags you saw months ago. You've seen his pistol up close when he comes over to check your work. It has a Jesus Malverde in gold relief engraved on the magazine, the saint of Narcos. The religion of crystal blessed by a saint who probably never existed. After 3 months of packing 8 hours daily, your hands shake uncontrollably even when you sleep. Your nose bleeds constantly every morning. You've inhaled enough methamphetamine by accident, by simple proximity, and inadequate ventilation, to become addicted without ever consuming directly even once. You look at yourself in the bathroom mirror and you're 17 years old according to your birth certificate, but your face looks 30. Deep, dark circles, grayish skin, teeth that are starting to loosen. Your mom says you look very tired lately. The taco job is heavier than I thought, you tell her. She nods slowly without looking you directly in the eyes because the truth is too painful to confront. 3. The distributor. They graduate you from the safe house. They give you a used 150 cubic centimeters Italica scooter and a normal Adidas sports backpack. Inside the backpack are 200 little bags of the product you spent months packing and a list of 30 addresses preloaded on a basic smartphone. Your route covers 15 different neighborhoods distributed throughout the metro area. You deliver to corner stores whose owners pay rent to the cartel, to specific houses of local dealers, to other distributors smaller than you in the chain. It's exactly like being an Uber Eats or Rappi delivery driver, except your product systematically destroys families and your boss executes the competition with videos that circulate on social media as a warning. You learn the survival rules quickly. Never, under any circumstances, carry more than 200 grams on you at the same time. If municipal or state police stop you, technically it's simple possession, not major drug dealing. A maximum 3-year sentence, you'll probably get out in one with good behavior and bribes. Always carry exactly 5,000 pesos cash in your right pants pocket, separate from the sales money. If they stop you at a checkpoint or patrol, you immediately offer 3,000 pesos. 80% of the time it works perfectly, and they let you go in 5 minutes. The other 20% of the time you call the special emergency number they gave you your first day. In less than 2 hours, you're free. The cartel has paid contacts even in the central command. Nobody really goes to trial. You intimately know your regular customers after 3 months. There are 40-year-old housewives who buy religiously to have energy to clean the house better and take care of the kids. There are college students from decent families who buy to study all night before exams. There are office workers with ties and briefcases who buy to endure 12-hour jobs in call centers. Y'all, without exception, look at you with exactly the same unmistakable mix of deep shame and animal desperation. You look at them without the slightest judgment because they don't pay you to judge. They're simply the final visible link of an invisible chain that starts in a clandestine laboratory in the mountains and ends in their burned lungs and irreversibly damaged brains. You're just the efficient messenger. One particularly bad day, a regular customer can't pay his debt. He owes you 500 pesos from last week. He literally begs you on his knees. He has 3 young children, lost his job at the factory, promises with tears to pay double next week. You know with absolute certainty that you can't accept excuses. You have to deliver exactly 50,000 pesos cash at the end of your 10-hour shift. If you show up with 49,500, even that ridiculous difference, you're the one who immediately has a serious problem with serious people. So you do exactly what they taught you in your 3-day training. You take out the small mechanic's hammer you carry in the backpack specifically for these situations. You methodically break 2 fingers on his right hand. He screams heartbreakingly. His 3 children hear everything perfectly from inside the house. You leave on your scooter with your 500 pesos in hand. That night, you can't sleep. You toss and turn in bed sweating. The next month, it doesn't bother you at all anymore. You've gotten used to it. 4. The collector. You no longer distribute drugs directly. You've moved up. Now you collect piso or derecho de piso. It's the elegant and corporate euphemism for systematic extortion. Your assigned zone is exactly 50 small and medium businesses. Tortilla shops, butcher shops, ladies' hair salons, mechanic shops, grocery stores, independent pharmacies. Each pays between 500 and 5,000 pesos weekly, depending on business size, location, and ability to pay. Your job is brutally simple. Collect the money punctually each week and make sure absolutely nobody is late even a single day. You carry a Samsung tablet where you meticulously record each payment with photo, time, and digital signature. You have a personal escort now, a benefit of your new rank. A quiet 25-year-old guy with the face of someone who's seen too many things too young. He never speaks. He just silently follows you at a distance of 3 meters with his AR-15 hanging from his shoulder as if it were a simple grocery bag. He's simultaneously your personal security and your constant reminder. This is definitely not a game. Most businesses pay without the slightest problem. They're completely resigned after years. It's simply the inevitable cost of doing business in this city. "Do you like say taxes?" says the owner of a hardware store with a tired smile as he gives you 2,000 pesos in wrinkled bills. You smile back because that's exactly what it is. A parallel tax. The only difference is that the government sends you threatening letters. The CJNG sends bullets and dismembered bodies. There's resistance occasionally. A new gym owner who just opened doesn't want to pay. "I have my own contacts with heavy people," he says, puffing out his chest. You give him exactly 24 hours to reconsider his position. He doesn't reconsider. The next morning, his gym is completely burned down. He wakes up in the hospital with third-degree burns on 40% of his body. A week later, he comes out wrapped in bandages and personally comes looking for you. He gives you 10,000 pesos. "In advance for the whole month," he says with a broken voice. His hands still have stained bandages. He's already learned the lesson everyone learns. There are no bigger contacts than the CJNG in Jalisco. The CJNG is literally the parallel state within the official state. You collect 150,000 pesos total each week from your 50 businesses. You keep 8,000 as your percentage. It's the best money you've made in your 19 years of life. You buy brand name clothes for the first time. Nike shoes, not knockoffs. A new iPhone, straight from the store. Your mom can finally stop cleaning other people's houses. You tell her they promoted you to supervisor at the logistics company where you supposedly work. She starts going to mass more often, almost daily. Deep in her heart, she knows perfectly well. All moms know. But she needs the denial as much as you desperately need her ignorance. It's a silent pact. 5. The sicario. They train you professionally at a fortified ranch on the outskirts of Jalisco. 3 intensive weeks of narco-style military camp. They teach you to shoot accurately with AK-47s, ARs-15, pistols of various calibers, fragmentation grenades. They teach you basic combat tactics. How to prepare effective ambushes. How to extract information through torture. How to completely dispose of a body without leaving forensic evidence. It's exactly like the regular Mexican army, except there's no code of honor, no rules of engagement. Stand desertion is instantly paid for with your entire family executed. Your first real job is a classic levanton, kidnapping someone specific. He's a mid-level distributor from a rival cartel operating in your territory. They violently grab him outside his house at 6 a.m. when he goes to his car. You just nervously hold the pistol while 2 veteran sicarios beat him and put him in the truck. He desperately begs. He says he has 3 children in school. He offers all his saved money, valuable information about his organization, whatever is necessary. You say absolutely nothing because they ordered you not to speak. It's nothing personal. It's simply work. They take him to a safe house on the outskirts. They brutally tie him to a metal chair welded to the floor. The systematic interrogation begins. They want to know exact distribution routes, contacts with full names, phone numbers, bank accounts. He talks. Everyone talks eventually. While what you witness in the next 4 hours will haunt you in nightmares for years. The human being can endure incredible amounts of pain before finally dying. Too much pain. When they finally execute him with a shot to the back of the head, it's genuinely an act of mercy. They give you 15,000 pesos in cash, your payment for your first direct execution. You vomit violently in the safe house bathroom for 10 minutes. The veteran sicarios laugh without malice. We all do it the first time without exception, one says, patting you on the back. He offers you crystal. It helps a lot, he says. You refuse, for now. You know clearly that once you start consuming, you'll never be able to stop. Crystal is the only thing that makes this job remotely mentally bearable. Your second execution is psychologically easier. The third is simple mechanical routine. By the 10th, you don't even feel anything internally anymore. It's exactly like working in an industrial slaughterhouse. Meat, blood, repetitive work. They've systematically dehumanized you so you can efficiently dehumanize others. It's brutally efficient. It's indescribably horrible. It's absolutely necessary for the economic survival of the business. You participate in your first narco grave. There are 15 bodies total. Some are sicarios from the rival cartel. Others are inconvenient witnesses who saw something. Or one is a municipal cop who asked for too much money for his monthly protection. You dig manually for 6 hours under the relentless 100-degree sun. The quicklime makes your hands burn chemically. You carefully cover the grave. You plant young trees on top. In a year, nobody will know that there are 15 families there waiting for answers that will never, ever come. You live permanently in rotating safe houses, never more than 2 months in the same place. While you literally sleep with your weapon under the pillow, you trust 3 people maximum, and that's a lot. Everyone has killed. Everyone knows they could be next. Extreme paranoia is your permanent natural state. Deep sleep is a luxury you can't afford. 6. The Plaza Boss. You control a complete municipality, 50,000 inhabitants under your criminal jurisdiction. You have 30 operational sicarios under your direct command, 100 hawks strategically distributed, 20 distributors working, 15 active collectors. Your operation generates 3 million pesos monthly. You keep 150,000 as your percentage. You religiously send 2,850,000 up the hierarchy. You're effectively a regional corporate manager of death. You have 2 official houses legally registered and 3 secret safe houses. 3 armored trucks level 4, 6 personal escorts who rotate in 12-hour military shifts. A bulletproof vest you religiously wear even to sleep. One you never eat at the same restaurant twice in a row. Your wife and children live in Guadalajara in an apartment under a completely false name. You see them once a month with a full escort of 6 armed men. Your daily job is to manage the territory like a CEO. Make sure the product flows without interruptions. The money goes up punctually. The competition disappears permanently. You have formal weekly meetings with your subordinates. All you review numbers and statistics as if you were a director of a normal company. Because that's exactly what you are. CEO of a criminal corporation that invoices significantly more than most legitimate companies in your entire state. You regularly negotiate with local authorities. The municipal police commander receives 100,000 pesos monthly in cash. The mayor receives 200,000. You have meetings with them in discreet luxury restaurants. They elegantly talk about mutual cooperation and social stability. The deal is brutally simple. They don't bother you, you don't kill them. Occasionally, you have to sacrifice and let them arrest someone for their official statistics. It's always someone low-level disposable or someone who was already marked to die anyway. There's intense violence when a rival cartel tries to enter your territory. It's your personal responsibility to repel them militarily. You organize elaborate ambushes. Eye-pitched battles on federal highways. You leave narco banners with threatening messages. You leave dismembered bodies as public warning. The violence has to be spectacular and media-worthy to be really effective. Terror is your main territorial marketing tool. The more savage your documented reputation, the less people try to invade your plaza. You constantly lose people. Sicarios killed in confrontations. Distributors arrested. Hawks who disappear. You replace them automatically as if they were simple chess pieces. There's an endless line of 16-year-old kids willing to take that vacant spot. Endemic poverty is your inexhaustible human resources department. As long as there's structural hunger, you'll have volunteer soldiers. 7. The regional lieutenant, you control 3 complete states, Jalisco, Colima, Michoacan. You have 15 plaza bosses reporting directly to you. Your operation moves 50 million pesos monthly. So you no longer touch drugs physically, ever. You no longer see blood directly. Your violence is purely administrative and by phone. You give orders by encrypted phone, and days later, there are bodies in the streets of cities you haven't even visited. You're the invisible hand of the black market. You live in a luxury residence in an exclusive zone of Guadalajara. Officially on paper, you're a successful businessman. You have 3 completely legitimate businesses that launder money. A construction company, a chain of gas stations, an award-winning luxury restaurant. You religiously pay all your taxes to the SAT. You have meetings with public officials at charity social events. Your wife organizes charity events. Your children go to expensive private bilingual schools. From the outside, you're the Mexican success story. Inside, you're the operational commander of a criminal army. Your in-person meetings with El Mencho are exactly twice a year. He's a deliberate ghost, a living myth. The first time you meet him in person is anticlimactic. He's an older man, surprisingly calm, who speaks very little, but when he finally speaks, absolutely everyone listens in silence. He gives you vague, strategic indications. We need to control more routes to the north. The Guanajuato problem needs a permanent solution. You personally translate those abstract instructions into concrete military operations that will generate dozens of dead in weeks. You have close relationships with very high-level politicians, a senator of the Republic, 2 federal deputies, a former governor. The meetings are on private yachts, in exclusive resorts, never in obvious places. They help you with classified information about operations. You generously help them with million-dollar campaign financing. It's perfect symbiosis. They need money to win elections. You need structural political protection. Everyone wins except the average citizen who elected them. Your paranoia is sophisticated and technological. You have counterintelligence experts on payroll. You check your house for microphones every week with professional equipment. Your phones change daily. You use 15 different identities with perfect documentation. You have fake passports from 4 countries. Your escape plan includes a helicopter on permanent standby and $5 million in offshore accounts. But you know it probably won't help. When you fall really hard. 8. El Mencho. You don't get here by accident or luck. You arrived because you were consistently smarter, more violent, more ruthless than everyone else. You started as absolutely nobody. Poor farmer in Michoacán, illegal migrant in California, low-level member of the Millenio. But you had strategic vision. When the Millenio violently fragmented, you built something completely new, something more efficient, something infinitely more brutal. The CJNG isn't a traditional disorganized cartel. It's a modern military corporation. You have clear command structure inspired by the Army, encrypted communication protocols, money laundering systems that would make the SAT cry, methamphetamine laboratories that literally produce tons monthly, routes connecting South America with the United States. You've innovated in every aspect of the criminal business. Your greatest symbolic achievement was 2015, shooting down a military helicopter with a rocket launcher. That day, you sent an unequivocal message. We're more than a cartel, we're a real army. The government never recovered from the shock. Since that day, they negotiate from a position of weakness, even though they never publicly admit it. You control territories that generate $500 million annually. You have 5,000 active soldiers, presence in 28 Mexican states, operations in the United States, Europe, Asia. You're the CEO of a transnational crime enterprise. Forbes would put you on their list if they could confirm your existence. But the price is total. You don't exist. El Mencho is an alias. Your real name has almost been forgotten. You can't see your family. You can't go out. You live in fortified ranches in the middle of nowhere, moving every few weeks. You have all the money in the world, and you can't spend it on anything that really matters. Your daughter was arrested. Your son is hiding. Your wife lives with a false identity. You sacrificed them all on the altar of your empire. You're the most powerful man in Mexican drug trafficking, and you're lonelier than any other person in the country. The government offers $10 million for your head. The United States considers you a terrorist. You know you'll eventually fall. Everyone falls. Escobar fell. El Chapo fell. You'll fall. It's simple mathematics. It's inevitable. The only question is when and how. Meanwhile, you continue. Expanding territory. Eliminating rivals. Corrupting institutions. You've turned Mexico into your personal battlefield. You've killed thousands. You've destroyed entire communities. You've poisoned millions with your product. And you've done it with the efficiency of a successful businessman. You look from your ranch and see your empire. You see the routes you control, the politicians you bought, the territories you conquered. You built it from scratch. You maintained it with blood. But you know that when they arrest or kill you, another will take your place. The business is bigger than any person. You're replaceable. You're the most powerful capo in Mexico. You're a prisoner in your own kingdom. You have billions and you can't spend them. You have armies and you live in hiding. You controlled a country and lost your freedom. You won everything and have nothing. This is the CJNG ladder. Each rung costs a piece of your humanity. Each ascent takes you further from who you were. You reach the top and discover the top is just another prison, more gilded, more lonely, but a prison in the end. Everyone who climbed before you ended up dead or in American cages. You'll be next. And down below, in some neighborhood in Tonalá, a 16-year-old kid just failed third year of middle school. Someone is offering him 500 pesos to stand on a corner. The ladder never stays empty. There's always someone willing to climb. Always.